Nowhere else in baseball do they play morning baseball. We do here in Boston on this Patriots Day. It's Marathon Monday. It's the Red Sox and the Rays in Game 4 of the series, bright and early here from Fenway Park. And it's next on Nesson. Good morning from Fenway Park. It's a beautiful day, and it's going to be on the warm side. It's Game 4 of the 4-game series between the Tampa Bay Rays and the Boston Red Sox as the Red Sox go after the sweep. Hi again, everybody. I'm Don Orsillo, as always, joined by Jerry Remy. Welcome to Red Sox baseball. Well, for David Ortiz, it's been a tremendous start to the season. It started on the road, and it's continued here at Fenway Park.
It really has. You know, generally, David Ortiz gets off to a very slow start, especially with the batting average in the month of April, but not this April. He has been really hot with the .444 batting average, already 10 runs batted in. Now, when you look through the years, look at the averages, 267, 143, only 4 home runs in 2010, 230 in 2009, did have 21 RBIs in 2008, and there's still plenty of time, of course, this April to get that number up there. But one thing Ortiz is doing, he's hitting right-handers, he's hitting left-handers. We saw that yesterday where he's driving the ball hard to the opposite field. He's just having great at-bats right now. And, this, you know, we mentioned that April has been a tough month for him. He looks like he's in the middle of July right now, the way he's swinging the bat.
He's been red hot. Daniel Bard is on the mound today for the Red Sox. His second major league start. He's got a tough task matched up against James Shields. Although for Shields, some pretty tough numbers here at Fenway Park. We'll talk about it when we come back. The first pitch from Fenway is next. First pitch of the ball game is in there for strike one. We're underway. Daniel Bard and the Red Sox trying to sweep the Tampa Bay Rays in this 4-game series. Rays got off to a very good start. Red Sox did not, but it's been all Boston in the series. As Desmond Jennings late on that cut, 94 on the fastball for Bard, who gets his second start. In the first start against Toronto, he lasted 5 innings, 8 hits, 5 runs, did not throw 100 pitches, just shy of at 96. Did have 6 strikeouts in his outing. The 0-2 to Jennings is in there for strike 3, and a nice start for Bard. Drops the breaking ball on him to strike him out, and is out number 1.
Couple of fastballs followed by the slider for Daniel Bard to pick up his first out of the ball game. Mentioned that last outing had 6 strikeouts against the Toronto Blue Jays. Very quickly gets his first today.
One down for Carlos Pena, who He's had a very good start to the season. He's hitting at .353 out of the gate. 3 home runs, 11 runs batted in. Knocked in a couple of runs yesterday with a double. Nearly missed a home run. It was reviewed at Fenway Park, and he's still batting in the 2 spot in the Rays order, which is a little unusual with his kind of power. Back in the day in his first stint with the Rays, he was batting in the 3 or 4 spot. But he's kind of settled into number 2 so far this year for Joe Maddon. Line and caught at first base by Adrian Gonzalez. A little bit of a leap, but he's able to reel it in for out number 2 of the inning.
Daniel Bard going with the changeup. Out in front of it is Pena. A topspin line drive right into the glove after the jump of Adrian Gonzalez at first base.
Jerry, you touched on it in the open, and I think it was in view from the booth now that I think about it, but nothing has been comfortable for Daniel Bard so far at any point during spring training, during his first start, whether or not he's going to stay in the rotation. If there is an area that he's comfortable, you would think it would be on this mound here at Fenway Park.
And all that stuff behind him from last week, the anticipation of the first start, the bullpen at that time was struggling. Is he going back to the bullpen? He should have a clear mind going into this ball game today.
And so far so good. He's got the first 2 outs of the first inning. He now deals with Evan Longoria. It's at .333 with a home run and 5 runs batted in. In the air to center field, and Bard's got to like the results here from this first inning. It's 1-2-3 on 8 pitches. The Red Sox are coming up on Patriots Day from Fenway. By New England's website for deals by Toyota.com. Dunkin' Donuts. New England's Subaru dealers. And by Southwest Airlines. That is Kenmore Square in the finish line. Told that the wheelchair race is over. And the leaders have already come in. We'll be keeping an eye on that area all day long here today on this Marathon Monday from Fenway Park. Let's check out the Red Sox starting lineup as they come to bat in the first. Starting lineup brought to you by New England Chevy dealers. Mike Youkilis at shortstop leading it off. Dustin Pedroia at second base with Adrian Gonzalez at first base. David Ortiz at DH with Cody Ross in center. Ryan Sweeney in right. Nick Punto is at third base. Jared Saltalamacchia does the catching. And Darnell McDonald in left field bats ninth. James Shields on the mound for the Rays. It's not been a terrific start from the record is good. He is 1-0 coming in, but a 5.54 earned run average. In 13 innings, he's given up 15 hits and 8 runs. And the numbers here at Fenway Park are very tough as he misses to Mike Youkilis, 1-1. 22nd career start against Boston. Overall, he's 7-12 in his career, but here at Fenway, He is just 1-9 at Fenway Park with a 6.75 earned run average. His only win came back on April 17th of 2010, and that's when he beat Clay Buchholz, but that has been it. The guy has been such a good pitcher. This has not been a friendly place for him.
Now, the first two starts of the season, a no decision against the New York Yankees, and last time out, a win going 8 innings against the Detroit Tigers.
(3-1) misses. Apparently, he was 2-1. It is now 3-1. Youkilis, Pedroia, and Gonzalez here in the first. Yeah, that's a foul off to the right, full count. And you may have noticed in the lineup today that at third base is Nick Punto. It is not because of some of the things that have taken place in the last 24 hours from a media standpoint, but more that Youkilis has got a groin problem today that keeps him out of the lineup that was bothering him yesterday and today. With an early start, unable to play because of the groin. Had it been a night game, Bobby Valentine said he may have been able to go and is available today from the bench.
Had a chance to talk with him this morning about a number of things, and of course the groin was one of them. And he said that if he were playing tonight, he'd probably be able to play. He said, but no point in taking a chance in this 11 o'clock start this morning. So not a serious injury for Youkilis, but other things were very serious for him this morning.
3-2 pitch is slap foul. A lot of other things have taken place over the last 24 hours. Bobby Valentine on Channel 7 last night questioned physically and emotionally so far the work of Kevin Youkilis, and perhaps not as much as in the past, which has ruffled some feathers, as you might imagine. This has popped up on the right side, and Youkilis is out number 1. And certainly Bobby in the past has been known to make statements at times in the media to get the attention of players on his team. It's kind of the way it worked with the Mets at one point, and it has been his reputation in the past. And I think some felt maybe this was his first try at that, at getting at Kevin Youkilis. Now, today, he has kind of backed off those statements quite a bit, and there have been others in the Red Sox clubhouse who have certainly taken Kevin Youkilis' back on that, because, Jerry, there's a lot of things in watching Kevin Youkilis over the years that you could say. One of them is not that he does not give 100% every time he's on the field.
All you've got to do is think back a year ago, Don, when this guy was playing hurt at third base, and it was painful to watch him hobble around, but yet he was out there. And as you mentioned, Valentine this morning trying to downplay it, basically saying the fact that he wasn't swinging the bat well, and he didn't see him throwing helmets around. Well, that's something that he's always been criticized for throwing his helmets in the dugout and getting upset after at bats. And he said he didn't see that out of Youkilis, so physically, emotionally, didn't think he was into the game. So he kind of backed off those statements this morning, but it drew quite a response from other players in the clubhouse.
The 0-2 to Pedroia, and he'll hit it on the ground to Rodriguez. It's short, get the good hop, and comes up, and there's 2 down. Dustin Pedroia grounds out. Coming to the aid of Kevin Youkilis in his defense, had some comments today before the game.
His teammates have his back, and we know how hard he plays. So, I think what I don't really understand what Bobby's trying to do, but that's really not the way we go about our stuff around here. So, I'm sure he'll figure that out soon.
Well, certainly the reaction was very quick last night and this morning. Across the media and everywhere else, and Bobby was quick to talk to Kevin Youkilis today, first getting an update on the groin and then finding out that Youkilis was certainly not pleased with what he had heard. The two talked today, and Bobby Valentine discussed that and kind of backed off his statements and said it was a little bit out of context. He was talking about his swings and his at-bats and what you talked about and some of the frustration we've seen in the past and the fire from Youkilis that he may have viewed as not being there this year. But it's also something Youkilis has worked on a great deal to kind of temper that down a little bit, because it did ruffle teammates at times, all the emotion that he would show after grounding out or flying out. I mean, as a former teammate, that can wear thin after a little while.
Exactly. We saw he and Manny Ramirez go at it. Remember that in the dugout a few years back? It was over a similar situation.
And here's Bobby Valentine's explanation today, as of course it was the first question from the media.
When he told me that people called him and said that I said things he didn't like, I totally apologized. I said, Jesus, the last thing in the world I want you to think that I'm doing anything, I'm criticizing you. I just was mentioning, giving an answer to a question. And I should have been more specific and said, your physical is about your swing, and your emotional is about your, not being happy when you don't hit a ball off the wall. And I don't know if he accepted my apologies. It was very sincere, and last thing in the world I would want him to think is that this was anything but an answer to a question that seemed that the question was jabbing at him, and I was just trying to smooth it over. I guess I didn't.
So, a little drama here from Fenway Park over the last 24 hours. Here we go. But the good news is Red Sox playing good baseball. We're done with one from Fenway. Scoreless. League champion Texas Rangers visit Fenway Park for a two-game series this Tuesday and Wednesday. The Oakland A's will visit Boston for the second homestand of the season, April 30th, May 1st, and 2nd. Get your tickets now for both of these matchups at redsox.com/tickets. A beautiful day here from Fenway Park. A beautiful morning still as the Red Sox and Rays wrap up their four-game series. It's on to the second inning, and Luke Scott, it's a ground ball right side. They're in a shift. It's the shortstop Youkilis who throws out Scott for the first out of the second inning.
Youkilis shading Scott to that side of the field. You can see him very close to the second base bag. He ranges to his left to make the play on the grass and throws out Luke Scott, who's had a very good series at first base. It's the only chance I get to say it all year. Buenos dias, amigos.
This is it.
Yeah.
One out in the second inning. Ben Zobrist, the batter, as he hits at .219. It's been a slow start for him. He's got a home run, 4 runs batted in. That'll drop in for strike one. A nice start today for Daniel Bard. Looks comfortable. He's retired the first 4 Tampa Bay Rays that he's faced into the game, and trying to settle into this new role as a starter.
It was quite a scene in the Red Sox clubhouse. I got in there early this morning, but I was beaten in there by a bunch of media who already had Kevin Youkilis surrounded.
Zobrist gets hit. 95-mile-an-hour pitch, and Zobrist struck. He's the first batter to reach.
Gets him off the foot, it looks like. Tried to drop a fastball down inside and got the foot of Ben Zobrist.
First time this season, 11th time in his career that he's been hit by a pitch. And he needs some more time trying to walk it off as he gets down to first base. Rays trainer coming out. Zobrist still taking some time trying to walk it off.
I think Dustin Pedroia also made the comment today that Bobby Valentine is not managing in Japan anymore. And that kind of raised some eyebrows with those who had his locker surrounded.
And it's a pretty close knit team, despite the fact that there's a lot of questions about the chemistry, especially coming off last year.
Yeah.
But I think if you make a statement about one of the core guys, you're likely going to get that reaction from other guys.
Others are going to jump to his defense in a hurry.
Lots made of chemistry, and I know you think that, I've heard you say it before many times, that perhaps chemistry is a tad overrated. You look at some of the great teams in the 70s, the Oakland A's, they hated each other.
Yeah.
I mean, does it really matter? The
Yankee ball club,
yeah.
Those Yankee clubs that were winning championships. I mean, look, it's a big family that has problems along the way. I mean, there's no question about that. It happens with every team.
But if you're a player, you're a player. And if you're not a player, you're on the other side. And if somebody says something about a player, the players are still going to come together as players.
They come together as players, always. Unless it's a player who is not hustling and not doing their job.
In the air to left field. McDonald is in short left. Yes, there were many times where players did not respond to things said about Manny Ramirez.
Exactly.
They knew.
They would want no part of that. You know, they would go up to David Ortiz immediately.
Right.
And ask Big Papi about Manny. And he got just tired of answering questions about Manny. And of course, you couldn't ask Manny because you couldn't find him.
Well, now 2 outs here in the second inning with Zobrist at first base and Jeff Keppinger, the batter. He's been all over this Rays lineup. He was in the cleanup spot yesterday. Now bats 7th in the order. Of course, they had to deal with the lefty yesterday. Now right-hander today. He drops down and takes strike one from Bard.
When Manny was here, he actually had a locker in the clubhouse but never used it. It was always in the trainer's room where he would get dressed and do his stuff. So you could never find Manny.
There were also times where he left right after the game. Right?
In uniform.
In uniform. So there was no time in the clubhouse at all after the game. You had absolutely no shot of finding Manny because he wasn't here.
It's one of the funniest things I've ever saw. I was leaving a ball game here one day, and I was in my car, and you know I get out pretty quick after the ball game, and right in front of me, going down the street, was Manny in his uniform, signing autographs.
Keppinger will take that inside. And it is now 2-1. And Zobrist was hit by a pitch. First base runner of the day for the Rays. He's at first base, held on by Adrian Gonzalez. Pitches over the outside corner for a strike, and it's 2-2.
Another good slider there by Daniel Bard. Coming out, throwing his fastball, slider, and changeup here early in the ball game. There's the slider to the outside part of the plate.
Let's take a quick look at the Rays starting lineup today. It's brought to you by Jordan's Furniture. Desmond Jennings in center, Carlos Pena at first, Longoria at third, Scott's the DH with Zobrist in right, Joyce in left. Keppinger is at second base, Molina catching 3 of the 4 games, and Sean Rodriguez at shortstop bats 9th. Pitch is high, and it's a full count, 3-2. On deck is Jose Molina with 2 outs here in the second inning. Runner goes. The pitch will miss for ball 4. First free pass served up by Bard.
Let's give you the Red Sox defense, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. They've made 2 errors in 9 games. Nick Punto at third base. Mike Aviles, the shortstop. Dustin Pedroia at second. And Adrian Gonzalez, the first baseman. Left to right, Darnell McDonald, Cody Ross, and Ryan Sweeney. And Jarrett Saltalamacchia doing the catching for Daniel Bard.
2 on, 2 down. And Jose Molina, the batter. Rays trying to take advantage here of a hit batter and a walk. You get 2 guys on without the benefit of a base hit yet against Bard. That's a strike over the outside corner. 278, no homers, no runs batted in for Molina. Last couple of years in New York and in Toronto. Rays have had a tough time with runners in scoring position. They are 4 for 26 in the series. As Bard spirals off the backside, no throw.
One of their hottest hitters at the plate right now, Molina. He's on a 5-game hitting streak.
Mitt Romney in the house today here at Fenway Park on this Patriots Day. We had a chance to visit with him last season. He's joined Jerry and I in the booth. The 1 pitch is to right field. Sweeney on the run will go into the dive and make the catch in right. Ryan Sweeney on the grab that ends the inning. No score from Fenway after an inning and a half. Nice catch. Fenway, but it'll wrap up in our nation's capital in prime time with Game 3 of the Bruins Eastern Conference quarterfinal series against the Caps. Join Dale, Barry, and Gord live at 6:30 for a full hour of pregame coverage before Jack and Brick and Nowco take over for the puck drop at 7:30. Visit NESN.com/Bruins for more. Baseball here today, hockey tonight, and a big day in Boston, the marathon. And a scoreless contest as we head to the bottom of the second inning. It is all right here on NESN today. Look at the schedule.
That's a thick schedule right there.
Well, tonight's going to be a big game. Looking forward to watching tonight's game.
Yeah, that's one advantage of having this nice early game. You get home, take a little nap, have a little dinner, and watch the game.
David Ortiz to lead it off here in the second inning. We highlighted him off the top, Jerry, in the open, and this guy has been red hot. Yesterday, a line drive bullet to right field, and big day for him again. He leads the league right now in batting average at .444 out of the gate.
And it doesn't matter whether it's a right-hander, left-hander out there. He has been locked in.
That's a strike, and it's 1-1. Look at yesterday's work, which included 2 doubles for David Ortiz. He was 3 for 4. That was the line drive I was talking about. That was like it got there in a hurry on Ben Zobrist out there in right field, and this rattled off the wall. All part of David's day yesterday and part of the Red Sox win. Ortiz followed by Ross and Sweeney. Ground ball, the shift on. It's Longoria, the third baseman. His throw is in time for the first out as we check in for the first time today with Jenny Dell.
Don, as you and Jerry outlined earlier today, David Ortiz owns the month of April, including 9 hits in the last 3 days. Hitting coach Dave Magadan says that he's a man on a mission.
There's no question that he's a rallying point on our team. You know, when he's doing well and he's excited and he's into the game, you know, and he's getting big hits, he leads us, and it's pretty infectious. So. You know, he's. I told him a couple years ago that he's got a lot of baseball left in him, and he's shown that so far this year.
In his career, Ortiz has 3 home runs and 15 RBI against James Shields. Jerry, the 15 RBI are the most any player has against Shields.
Yeah, he's had good success against Shields. 326, 3 home runs. You mentioned the RBIs, Jenny. And, you know, he's had good success against Tampa throughout his career, and especially Shields. Cody Roche with success. A cut fastball toward the end of the bat up off the glove of James Shields. And Ross finds himself at first base with the base hit.
Looked like Shields would have been better suited to let that perhaps go. They had it lined up defensively behind him pretty good.
Well, it's tough to make those decisions that quickly. Only you, I would know, would be able to make that decision on a ball hit back through the middle that quickly.
Sean Rodriguez standing at the bag at second base, but the Red Sox will take it. It's a 1-out single. The key matchup is brought to you by Honda. Ryan Sweeney against James Shields, 9 for 20 with a home run against Shields, who works out of the stretch here with 1 out, 1 on. This will get away, and to second base goes Cody Ross. Wild pitch charged to James Shields.
Trying to come inside with that fastball, gets too far inside and gets by Jose Molina. Molina going to the backhand, he can't knock it down, and Ross now in scoring position at second base.
We heard from Jason Varitek and Tim Wakefield the other day when they were here for opening day, and they both said, boy, it looks real easy from up here. That's all I've got to go from, Jerry, is from up here. Yeah. That's all I've ever been is up here. I've never been down there like you. It's different.
And take your rock down to that mound and see how fast those line drives are coming back at you. And then you make the decision, I should have let that go.
Should have let it go. I know where Sean Rodriguez was.
Yeah.
Sweeney hits it on the ground to Sean Rodriguez. He's in the right spot again. And he throws him out at first as Ross takes third, 2 down.
I also gave some thought last night to your entourage.
Yes.
I think you should stay away from that.
Really?
It just costs you money. You have to pay
those people?
You've got to pay those people to be around you, and then they steal from you.
They just don't want to hang around me because of my personality and charm?
No, and then when you're nothing, everybody leaves, you have nothing. You don't even know how to open your door of the car.
They're going to steal from me? Is that what you just said?
Absolutely.
Wow.
I mean, Ali had one of the biggest entourages you could ever imagine in your life.
Right.
I mean, he would take over the whole top floor of a hotel before he'd go for a fight.
Right.
Well, Ali had to pay these guys to do everything for him. You know, put on his robe, open the door for him.
I don't want to pay anybody.
Well, that's what an entourage does.
So I have some friends who hang out with me. This is down the first base line. Shields will throw, and it's in time. Nice play by Pena. That was tough. And he takes it out to end the inning. Red Sox leave Ross at third. I leave the idea of entourage up to you. End of 2, no score. Eastern Bank, the official bank of the Red Sox television network. Tradition, history, and a commitment to everyone on our team. These are just a few of the things Eastern Bank is made of. Find out more at easternbank.com. A busy day here all over Boston, and especially here on Fenway. Little behind-the-scenes tour of Fenway Park. He's going to be doing it all year. Today is installment number 1, and the Boston Patriots return to Fenway Park. Kind of a cool ceremony before the game.
Gino Cappelletti throwing out the first pitch.
He's the best team in the majors right now is the question out of the gate, too, and we will take a look at that. The Dodgers off to a terrific start, as they are 9-1 out of the gate, as Sean Rodriguez tries to bunt his way on, fouls it off. Well, Joe Maddon's team started off very well. They swept the New York Yankees right out of the gate, but they have quieted down quite a bit. They are now 4-5 and have an identical record to the Red Sox, thanks to the Red Sox winning the first 3 games of this series. The 1 is crank foul back into the grandstand area, and it's 0-2 to Sean Rodriguez. Came over from the Angels in the Scott Kazmir deal. It's one of those tough things to figure out. What happened to Scott Kazmir, a guy who's so good when he was a member of the Rays?
Well, you're right, Don. You looked at him, you know, when he was just a young kid pitching for the Rays, and just an outstanding fastball, hard breaking ball, and you said, man, how can this guy not be a good pitcher for a long, long time?
Swing and a miss, and Bard's looking awfully good today. That's his second strikeout. So he gets Sean Rodriguez for the first out of the inning.
And both strikeouts for Bard coming on the slider. He got Jennings to lead off the game on the slider. Back to it, to the number 9 hitter Rodriguez to pick up his second strikeout. Bard had 6 in that game against Toronto, 2 in this game.
Pitch missing for ball 1 to Desmond Jennings. It's the second time through the Rays order now. Bard struck out Jennings in the first looking. The center fielder Cody Ross, step or 2 towards right center for Jennings to go the other way. Carlos Pena waiting on deck. Tampa Bay batting here in the 3rd inning. That's a strike, and it's 3-1. Well, Bard did start 22 games between Single A, Greenville, and Lancaster in his first season in the Red Sox system. As he misses low and away, they want to check, and he didn't go. This is Tony Randazzo, so it is the second walk allowed by Bard. But he did start as a starter in the Red Sox minor league system before moving to the bullpen. Was not terribly successful in the early portion of his career, but certainly much more advanced now as a pitcher, especially at the major league level.
Now we'll see now if they get some action at first base. Jennings has very good speed, 1 steal on the season, caught 1 time. See if the Rays try to get him in motion with 1 out in the inning.
1 out, 1 on, and Carlos Pena, the batter. He lined out sharply to first baseman Adrian Gonzalez in the first inning. 343 start to the year for Pena in his return to Tampa Bay. Another check, and back to the bag is Jennings. The spring was not terrific for Bard. He ended up 2-2 with a 6.57 earned run average. He gave up 18 earned runs in 24 2/3 innings. It was 6 games, 5 starts. Did lead the team in number of innings pitched, though. 24 2/3. He did have 18 strikeouts. Fouled off above us.
Well, we've been blessed with great weather for this first series of the year here at Fenway Park. This has been unbelievable.
Incredible. And today will be the warmest of them all.
Not a good day for the runners, obviously, because of the heat, but a great day for baseball. You know we're going to go through a spell where this wind is going to be closed. That wind's going to be blowing straight in.
I can't believe we're this deep into the home schedule with the window open every day.
Every day.
The only toll that it is taking is on your allergies right now, Jerry, and mine too.
Yeah, but the allergies are bad.
A little rough.
They're bad in Florida this year, too.
Hey, look, we're on TV. Runner goes in the 0-1. It misses, and the throw does too. As he pulls Youkilis off to the first base side. Desmond Jennings steals second base easily.
Kind of figured Jennings would be going at first base, and he picks a good pitch to go on. It's the breaking ball from Bard. A tough pitch there to handle for Saltalamacchia. No chance at second base. Jennings in scoring position with the 1 out.
Jennings with his walking lead at second base. 1 out. Pena. The count of 1-1 as he backs out again. Bard working a little bit more deliberately. In there for strike 1 to Pena. Rays had 2 on with 2 outs in the first. Bard hit a batter, walked a batter, but got Molina to line out to right to end the inning. He's walked Jennings, who has stolen second base after a strikeout of Sean Rodriguez this inning. Swing and a miss, and Pena down by way of the K. It's a third strikeout for Bard. 2 down in the inning.
And once again, the strikeout comes on the slider from Daniel Bard. All 3 strikeouts in the game. Jennings, Rodriguez, now Pena, all on the slider.
2 outs here in the third inning, and it brings up Evan Longoria. Flied out to center field in the first inning. Time called very late. Bard goes through with the delivery. And his home plate umpire Larry Vanover granting time to Longoria.
Jennings had a big lead at second base, and Bard was kind of focusing on him for a long time. Finally, Longoria calls timeout.
That is in there for a strike 1 to Longoria. Bard was talking about all the differences becoming a starter after being a reliever at the major league level, and said quite frankly the biggest thing is the amount of time that you're actually out there. You know, some of his days would last 8 to 10 minutes on the mound.
Not a bad payday.
If things went well on a nightly basis. And now he's out there for a long time, or hoping to be out there a long time, deep into games. As the pitch misses high and the count is 1-1.
Well, if the offset to that is you get 4 days off between starts.
Right. Plenty more room and time. These guys hope they're only out there for 8 to 10 minutes at a time. But they have been very good, and it does appear after watching yesterday and the last couple days, roles are starting to be defined out there in the bullpen, especially when the Red Sox have a lead in games. And here's a pickoff play at second, and back safely is Desmond Jennings.
Well, because there are 2 outs, the infielders are playing very deep. Here's Pedroia putting on the play at second base. Jennings back with the head first slide. Try to get as big a lead as you can, because there's no guarantee at second base you're going to score on a base hit to left field here at Fenway Park.
And a strike 2 over the outside corner. It also just occurred to me looking out to that bullpen. With Bard now in the rotation, I don't think there's anybody left in the band. I think the band is done.
Well, Aceves could get it started. He was always part of that band,
okay,
right?
Maybe Atchison too.
Yeah.
But so far, no band. One, two. Swing and a miss. Strikes out Longoria. Strikes out the side. Those are 2.5. No score from Fenway. Seats for an exciting summer weekend date with a game early in the season. Get your double play packs at redsox.com/double play. Pat Gamir, his wife Joelle, and their lovely children enjoying the ball game today. Charlie and Josh here at Fenway Park. First game that they've been to Fenway. Pat Gamir, one of the great photojournalists NESN has ever had. As we head into the bottom of the third. Leading it off for the Red Sox here in the third, Jared Saltalamacchia in the scoreless contest. There's a pitch in there for a strike 1 to Saltalamacchia. 2 for 17 is Saltalamacchia to begin the year. 118 average. On the ground down the line at first, it is corralled by Pena over his Shields to cover for the out. And the first out here in the third inning. Well, as you know, Fenway Park is celebrating its 100th anniversary in 2012. Visit NESN.com/Fenway for behind-the-scenes photos of America's most beloved ballpark. You can also check out NESN's new Instagram page at NESN.com/Instagram for more shots of this historic ballpark throughout this season. And we also Well, fans know in partnership with Welch's, the Red Sox will attempt the Guinness World Record for the largest toast in one venue as part of Fenway Park's 100th anniversary. Fans will raise thousands of glasses of Welch's juice to celebrate the history and tradition of Fenway Park. For those attending the game, please arrive on Friday by 2 p.m. And again, 2 p.m. That's 1 hour before the regular scheduled started time to ensure that you're in your seat in time for the toast. So this is a big deal coming up on Friday for a lot of reasons.
Yeah, looking forward to Friday. That should be a very, very special day here at Fenway Park.
Darnell off to a 2 for 18 start after a great spring training. And he fouls this pitch off. It is 1-2.
And wouldn't you know it, the New York Yankees in town for that game.
How about that? Just to add a little more to it. Yankees able to beat up on the Angels last night. They are 5-4 to begin the year. Broken bat, grounder softly towards third. Longoria on the run and in time. Nice play. Darnell retired, 2 down in the third.
Very nice play by Longoria, because you see that bat flying out of the hand of the hitter, the barrel of the bat. You've got to concentrate on that, and then also on the baseball. Even though the bat really doesn't go in his direction, you can still see, and that disturbs you for a while until you were able to pick up the baseball and make the play, and gets a Speedy McDonald down the first baseline.
Mike Youkilis batting with 2 down in the inning. Outfield set up straight away on Youkilis, who popped out to first his first time up. Guess who's going to be along next inning, Jerry?
I know who.
Dan Roche is going to be joining us in the booth. Part of our new partnership with WBZ TV. Roche is back. This is grounded foul. You think he's got any new jokes since the last time we worked with him?
He should. It's been a few years, so I imagine Roche's come up with a few new jokes.
I think it was, 05, 06, something like that?
Yeah, time flies. I don't know.
Somewhere in the middle 2000s. Grounder foul. He was good for at least one joke a night. And 1 or 2 were funny. That's funny.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. That's a big hit.
I have some patchwork going on there that put me together, it looks like it. 3 different parts to build my head.
Yeah, I had a facelift.
My head.
Removed all the wrinkles.
Everything is a little tight. Yeah, it looks good.
Tightened up. Tightened up all my stuff.
Look at that. You look terrific. I would say, and look at your hair. That's Jimmy Remy. I don't think that's Jerry Remy.
I look like Al Michaels there.
I think that was your brother Jimmy, though, wasn't it?
Is that? I don't know if it was Jimmy or.
I think it was Jimmy.
Was it Jimmy?
Yes.
No. The mustache is gray.
Okay. But the top and the sides are.
Well, I think that's just their interpretation, but I don't think that's Jimmy. I think that's Jimmy.
Okay, so it is you.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's definitely me in the back. Me and my big coconut. Which it took 3 parts to make. 40th pitch. Is on the outside corner for strike 3. Youkilis doesn't like it. Second strikeout victim for Shields with Dan Roche. Funny Dan Roche. We'll be back when we come back. On NESN for Dennis and Callahan. Tomorrow they'll give you a recap of today's Red Sox game and break down Game 3 of the Bruins Cap Series. So all begins tomorrow morning at 6 here on NESN on 93.7 FM, the WEEI network. As we head to the top half of the fourth inning, it's Luke Scott, Ben Zobrist, and Matt Joyce. And in for us is Dan Roche. Great to see you, Roche.
Nice to be here, Don.
Coming up and
Jerry,
welcome back.
Dan?
It's like old times.
It is. We were trying to figure it out. 05 was the last year, right?
Yeah, 03, 04, 05.
No,
roller coaster.
We are back together again in the WBZ, a big part of NESN now, and you are coming to us, and we're coming to you, is what it sounds like also.
Yeah, you're going to join us time to time on our newscast, the 6 o'clock news, with the latest going on with the Red Sox. Certainly a lot going on today, and we look forward to that. And Todd Guttner, our weatherman, will be joining and giving forecasts, especially during rain delays and things like that, and I'll be providing expert analysis.
We look forward to that as Scott grounds down to first hand over his bar. Nice footwork for the first out of the inning.
I know I was on opening day, and I know the ratings just went right through the roof.
Yes.
Right about 12:10. Bing.
Bing.
Took off. Well, this is great news, and we look forward to working with you once again. You're doing stuff, as you mentioned, also Tom Caron, part of the pregame show.
Yeah, I did some stuff today with Tom, along with Peter Gammons and Nick Gaffard. I mean, it's just basically what we've been doing the whole time, and you guys know how much I love baseball and love working with both of you, and had a great time doing it. So for me, it's like a kid in a candy store again, getting to cover baseball and having some fun with NESN. So looking forward to it a lot.
We had a great time with you over a couple years, and what we did find out about you, which we didn't really know going in, is that you were a very funny guy. Very funny guy.
I still have people, what was that, 04 or 05?
Yes.
Still have people in the airports come up to me and say, hey, Roche, tell me a joke. All because I said, what's the best time to go to a dentist? And it was 2:30, and you guys lost it in the booth. And
that was it.
Yeah.
That was it. I mean, it just took off from there. I don't know what happened. It's one of the best we've had. It was good stuff.
Yeah, well, today is like a dream for you. I mean, you got clubhouse controversy to start off.
Right.
You got a baseball game. You've got the marathon to go through, and you got a hockey game tonight. I mean, this is like sports heaven.
That's right. These are the days that my wife does not even want to talk to me. You know what I mean? Because it's fabulous. And the Bruins, and looking forward to that. That was an unexpected thrill last year with the run we had, and it was really cool to watch. And being here at Fenway Park, watching another ball game, life's pretty good. It's not bad at all.
Pitch is in there for strike. It's 3-1. Your kids are here today too, huh?
Yeah, I brought my son and my daughter. They're off school, so let them come and sit in the hot weather and drink 15 waters and hydrate while I sat up here in the nice cool press box.
You and Jerry have something in common. We have a lot of things in common, but for years Jerry ate in one place in spring training every night and had the same meal every night. And I understand you did the same thing for years, because I went there with you once, and your place in spring training is now gone, which is a big deal for you.
It's the saddest day. I think Sean McAdam, our buddy, texted me from down there. It said Taste of New York, which I went to every single year for the last 10 years, and ordered salad and meatballs pretty much every single night. Closed.
Gone.
Wow.
Wow.
It was so bad. I got off the plane when I first arrived in Fort Myers and made my photographer drive right to the restaurant, and I went in. It was abandoned, and it was started, and I broke in, and I said, hello, is anyone here? Can I get a quick order before you close down?
No one informed you. You'd think as their best customer over a series of a long time.
And it closed for inspection reasons, which doesn't make you feel good when you try to come back.
Jerry, as a restaurateur, you know that's not a good thing if they close for inspection.
Those meatballs are walking on their own.
It's not good for your reputation. Yeah.
This will be the 50th pitch. 1 out, 1 on as Bard checks on first. All right, well, before you go, have you got anything for us joke-wise, since you are the joke man?
How about what do baseball and pancakes have in common?
Give up.
They both depend on the batter.
All right. Well, we look forward to more of that as
guy walks into a bar. Ouch. No, sorry. I'm
well, we're looking forward very much to working with you again, Roche.
Yeah,
thank you very much for coming up, and we look
it's an
forward
honor.
to it.
All right, Dan.
Pleasure. I watch you guys all the time. Big fan.
You watch your makeup. You got makeup on today.
Oh yeah, it's just how big it is. You know?
That's it. It's good.
No stops not taken here. So.
Well, Jerry and I are not wearing makeup, just for the record today. We decided against it. But we look forward to it very much. We thank you for coming up.
Well, come join me in the men's room. I'll hook you up with some makeup if you'd like.
I'll pass.
Soon they'd like me to wear a mask, so we'll get anything to cover this up.
Gentlemen, thanks, and we look forward to working with you. Appreciate it a lot.
All right, Roche, thank you. 2-1 the count to Matt Joyce with 1 out and 1 on. On the ground up the middle, Pedroia will dive. He flips, but it's going to be late. Nice try on his backside when he got rid of the baseball and unable to get the runner at second base. It's a base hit, and the Rays have 2 on.
Yeah, just a tough position for Dustin to be in and try to get that out at second base. Look how much ground he covers going to his right. But then the ball just kind of slipped out of his hand. It went back into his hand, and by the time he got to second base, it was not quite in time. If he holds on to the ball the first time, they've got that force out at second base. Roche's always got a smile on his face. Always happy.
Happiest people you'll ever meet. He's a lot like us, you know, positive, upbeat.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why we get along so well.
But he is really happy.
He's a happy guy.
He's always happy.
It bothers me.
I don't know how people can be always happy.
It bugs me.
It does, but it makes me feel bad because
you're so unhappy.
Always seeing the bright side of something. Yeah. And, you know, looking forward to tomorrow. And
even when stuff's terrible.
Yeah.
He's like, well, maybe tomorrow will be better.
Yeah.
What?
Well, maybe next minute.
No, it won't. 2 on, 1 away. As Keppinger slaps it foul. Well, it's good because he can brighten up our act now.
Well,
he's going to be around us.
That's a great part of the partnership.
Mm-hmm. Jose Molina waits on deck. That hit for Joyce in this inning is just the first given up by Bard in his outing. And the Rays threatening with 1 out here in the 4th inning. Outside, and it's 1-2. .55 pitches for Bard through 3 1/3 innings. In his first outing, he threw 96 pitches, and that was just in 5 innings in his outing against Toronto. Broken back grounder back to Bard. He'll go to second. Skipped in. They get him there. On to first for 2.
Now what a play by Youkilis.
Yeah, taken out too. Bard very appreciative. He saved him. They're scoreless at the end of 3 1/2. Dunkin' Donuts hosts a nonprofit children's organization. Thousands of kids have had the chance to catch a Sox home game thanks to Dunkin' Donuts. Today we welcome historic Fenway Park, the Londonderry School District in Londonderry, New Hampshire. Dunkin' Donuts committed to the community. They have gotten a great day here at Fenway Park. And some pretty special defense last inning.
Well, it really was. Watch the throw from Daniel Bard. It's going to bounce. And how about that play by Youkilis? makes the play on the hop, steps on the second base bag, and then gets a double play at first while avoiding the runner trying to take him out at second base. What a play by Youkilis.
Dustin Pedroia coming up. Aha.
The pizza thrower is running the marathon?
Really? Wonder what happened to the pizza thrower. You know, you go back to some of the things we've had over the years. Where are they now? Where is the pizza thrower?
Running the
He's
marathon.
Running a marathon. We have to talk to the pizza thrower at some point and find out what his motives really were and why he threw his pizza.
Yeah. I know. It's a good-looking piece of pizza, too.
Pedroia leading it off and taking a strike to even the count at 1-1. Grounded out in the first inning. Only one hit for the Red Sox through the first 3 innings today. James Shields. Grounder that he picks. Nice play coming off the first base side of the hill, and he throws out Pedroia.
Now Shields falling off toward that first base side is able to make the play on this one hopper. A breaking ball that Pedroia bounces back to Shields, and Shields falling off toward first base makes it look easy.
Helping out his own cause. We're here at Fenway Park in Boston on Patriots Day. Don Orsillo, Jerry Remy, and Jenny Dell bringing you Boston Red Sox baseball. High definition. Dolby Digital 5.1 surround sound on Nesson. Coordinating producer of Red Sox baseball is Russ Ken. Senior coordinating director is Michael Narachi. And our associate producer is Jim White. Well pitched game today so far. Shields and Bard head to head. One out in the fourth, and Adrian Gonzalez struck out in the first inning. Opposite field with power, and it's going to grab some wall. Matt Joyce plays the carom quick, and that'll hold Gonzalez to a long single. Second hit of the game for the Red Sox.
Now Gonzalez now with a mini 4-game hitting streak as he shoots that breaking ball to the opposite field very hard off the left field wall, which will hold him to a single. What a beautiful opposite field swing by Gonzalez.
One out, one on for Big Papi, who grounded out to the shortstop, Sean Rodriguez, in the second inning. They stack it up on the right side against him defensively. As Ortiz takes strike one. He didn't think so. Well, here's a twit pick from David Ortiz. Happy Patriots Days with Rob Gronkowski.
Whoa.
Rob looks like he likes to have a good time based on what we've seen.
Now, Papi's a big guy, and look at the size of Gronk.
It's huge.
Huge.
Would you say that Rob likes to have a good time?
It seems that way.
Yes,
I mean, I don't know.
Afar,
I don't know him personally.
He's not part of my entourage, so I don't really know him. But
tell you one thing, he has a good time on that football field.
Yes, he does. You're right, though. That's amazing. David Ortiz is a big man.
Yeah, what's Papi about? 6'5", 6'4", 6'5"?
Gonzalez at first, one out. This will bounce off of Molina, but no advance for Gonzalez.
Nice play there by Molina. That's a tough pitch to block. It does get far away from Molina, but of course runs up that first base line, and Gonzalez has nothing to do but go back to first base. Looked like it might have been a changeup right there that Shields tried to feature to David Ortiz.
One out, one on. Ortiz waiting on a 2-2 pitch. There is ball 3, full count. Well, later on, one of my favorite news segments, actually, bar none, my favorite news segment. Twitter users, if you follow Nesson and include hashtag AskRemy in your tweets, Jerry and I might have an answer for your question on the air during the game today. Red Sox baseball and Nesson be part of it.
Kind of scares me a little bit.
You shouldn't be scared. Embrace it. This one is fouled off to the left. That's how they found our heads today, the heads from before. Somebody actually tweeted in that they were there. That's how we were able to
is that
find
right?
them. Yep.
Really?
Yep. What scares you?
Answering the question. You don't know what's gonna you don't know what's gonna pop up. It's not like it's rehearsed or you
right.
You know in advance.
Could be controversial. You could get fired.
A lot of things could happen. Yeah.
Bad stuff.
Strong possibility then.
Ortiz, this could be 2. They are in the shift. It's Longoria, third baseman, coming across the bag to turn the double play. We're through 4 from Fenway without a score. This matchup replayed in a convenient 2-hour format. It's Sox M2, presented by Ace Ticket. Great seats at great prices. It's Patriots Day here at Fenway Park. A lot of kids here today at Fenway and having a great time. And lots of sunshine on a warm day as we play along to inning number 5 without a score. Well-pitched game. Jose Molina, the catcher for the Rays, to lead it off. And Sean Rodriguez and Desmond Jennings. Bart has given up just 1 hit through the first 4 innings. He has walked 2 today. Molina trying to hold up, but he went around. I'm going to check. Home plate umpire Larry Vanover made the call himself, and Molina wanted him to check, and Vanover felt he didn't need to. It's a little stroll for Jose. On the ground, couple of hops to deep third. Punto with a long throw and plenty of time. 1 out in the 5th. Red Sox baseball on Nesson is brought to you in part by Eastern Bank. Listening, guiding, and being there for kids in need. That's what Eastern Bank and Adrian and Betsy Gonzalez are made of, which is why we've teamed up to support youth mentoring programs throughout Massachusetts. To find out more, go to easternbank.com/Adrian.
Please put you on TV. You are on TV with a nice B on your cheek. Hey, we'd like to thank the folks at Easton Clothing. They came in this morning and gave you some pocket stuff. They actually gave me one too, but it didn't match my outfit.
Mine didn't either, but it didn't stop me from using it. I don't think it really matches. But
I think it's fine. It looks good.
And I got green going on with brown and now a little yellow. And I also don't have it right. I don't know.
Well, looks
but we
good.
thank him nevertheless. We'll get it figured out. I got to get in touch with Andy Brickley, who has the best pocket squares, I think, of anybody, and he knows how to do it. Brick has one on, I think, every night.
Does he really?
Yeah. But it looks good. It's flowing. You know, it's not like this.
Well, you had a fake one on the other day.
Yes, which looked fine.
Which looked good. And it's just a matter of you learning how to make this thing. And our friends at Easton Clothing, John, came up and showed you how to make it. And you didn't like it, and you kind of fiddled with it a little bit.
I did. I tried to get it towards the middle. It's not good. And it doesn't match.
I think it looks good. I think it's you. There's no question it's you.
Tapped left side. Punto on the move and in time. Throwing on the run for the second out of the fifth inning.
Yeah, Bond really pitching a very good ball game here this afternoon. A couple of ground ball outs here to Punto to start off the fifth inning. That one took a nice bounce up about belt high for him and throw much easier to first base.
It's time now for today's AT&T trivia question. Besides James Shields, who are the only two pitchers in Tampa Bay history with multiple complete games in a season. I have the answer for you a little bit later. This one grounded to the left side. Well, we talked about the tour of Fenway Park that Jenny is going to take on a regular basis, and we'll see the first installment of that coming up next half inning. Swing and a miss. That one by him at 95, and it's 0-2. Your thoughts on what you've seen from Bard so far today?
Outstanding. Much more comfortable in his first outing, getting ahead of hitters, throwing strikes, mixing his fastball, his changeup, his slide has been excellent. James Shields also very, very good on the other side.
The 0-2 pitch. Line to left, and this is going to get in. Over towards the corner. Darnell McDonald over to dig it out. Jennings headed for second, and he'll get there standing with a 2-out double. And just the second hit of the game for the Rays.
It's one of the only mistakes that Bard has made today. It's an 0-2 count, and you see they want that slide way off the plate. Instead, it stays on the plate, and Jennings is able to make the contact down that left field line for the 2-out double. You could see Saltalamacchia set it outside. He wanted it down in the dirt, see if he'd chase it on the 0-2 count, but Bard left it up in the zone.
Two down. Carlos Pena is lined to first base and struck out. 2 at bats against Bard today. Strike one over the outside corner. The hits off are the infield hit from Matt Joyce in the 4th inning, and more recently this double by Desmond Jennings, and that's been it. He has walked 2 and hit a batter. It's high, and it's 1-1. '70th pitch misses, and it is 2-1. Pena always a threat to lead. He's got 175 home runs, 5th most in the majors behind Ryan Howard over the last 6 years. Ryan Howard, Prince Fielder, Albert Pujols, Miguel Cabrera, the list, and then Carlos Pena. It's a pretty good list. 175 home runs over the last 6 years. He's also walked 478 times, fourth most in the majors during the same time span. Behind Fielder, Dunn, and Pujols. And he's had here 3-1.
Missing upstairs with the changeup to run the count to 3-1. Scott Pena twice on off-speed pitches, a changeup in the first and a slider in the second. See what he comes with here on the 3-1 pitch.
Slider missing, and it's ball 4. So down to first base goes Pena with a walk, third walk.
Once again, Bard not giving in with the fastball, throws the breaking ball and just misses the inside corner. Red Sox checking for a swing, but no swing by Pena.
Covidien, a global healthcare products company, is a proud sponsor of the Red Sox Foundation, helping to address health needs in our communities. There's now 4 walks allowed by Daniel Bard today. 2 on, 2 down, and Evan Longoria coming up for the Rays. You will be happy to know that after we ran the questions for Jerry,
yes,
there's been over 100 questions submitted for Jerry.
Really?
Yes. So hard to imagine that we'll get to all 100, but we're going to try.
It's 100 different possible answers I could get myself in trouble with.
Absolutely.
Today.
We could do rapid fire and see how quickly you can answer each. Outfield deep and about straight away. Ross a step or 2 towards right center. Longoria turns on this, but it's a foul ball cranked into the seats. Evan has flied out to center and struck out swinging in 2 at-bats. Had a hot start to begin the year. It's tapered off a tad, but still starts the day hitting at .333. .31 home runs a year ago, 99 RBIs. Despite missing the first month of the season, he put up those numbers. But no home run bigger than the one that he hit against the Yankees in game number 162. One and 1 to Longoria.
Imagine that one swing by Longoria changed an awful lot in the Red Sox organization.
People fired. Changes made. Two and 1 the count. You think about it, if the Red Sox get in the playoffs and the Rays don't, is everybody still here?
I think a lot of it depended on how far they got in the playoffs.
Thinking back on the situation in September, you had to wonder how deep they'd really go.
Right.
Swing and a miss. Longoria tried to hold up, and it is 2-2. The team that really was good during the middle part of the season, you make the argument they're the best team in the majors. As you see the Longoria home run that ended the Red Sox season and sent the Rays into the postseason with one swing. But the team that started the year last year, Jerry, and the team that ended the year last year, I'm not sure how deep they would have gone in the playoffs. The team in the middle would have been the best team in all the majors.
Exactly, for a long time. What, 4 months?
Yes. What a night it was for baseball, though. It's tough to swallow for Red Sox Nation, but incredible night of baseball, and really leads into this new wild card situation. Anybody who's wondering about kind of the one-game playoff situation, now you've got it with 2 wild cards. Swing and a miss. Longoria strikes out. It's the 5th strikeout for Bart. He's out of another jam, and Jenny Dell will be along. We'll take a tour when we come back. Bank. At Eastern Bank, we're made of historic milestones, and now our home team has reached one of its own. Congratulations on this special anniversary from one Boston institution to another. Some runners starting to make their way through Kenmore Square. Boston Marathon today. Look down into it from high atop Fenway Park here as we play into the bottom of the 5th inning.
They came driving in the Mass Pike, heading into the ballpark this morning and going out toward Hopkinton. It was jam-packed with buses and cars heading out in that direction.
Now the heat is a much bigger deal this year, it seems, the weather conditions than in years past.
Yeah, I wouldn't think a record would be set today in this kind of heat.
Cody Ross leading it off for Boston. He singled in the 2nd, one of only 2 Red Sox hits off James Shields. He registers strike 1 over the outside corner. That's a strike, and it's quickly 0-2. Ross, Sweeney, and Punto here in the 5th inning for Boston. And that is in there for strike 3. Here's a 3rd K for Shields. It starts the 5th inning.
Well, perfect location here for Shields. See Molina set up on the inside corner, and that's exactly where he puts the fastball. That's nasty right there by Shields.
One out, Ryan Sweeney. Ground out to shortstop in the 2nd inning. Seven ground ball out so far for Shields through 4 1/3 innings. He mixed in 3 Ks, and he has been awfully tough today. Only hits Ross an infield hit. Adrian Gonzalez a single off the wall and left. There's a ground ball at Keppinger at second base. 2 down. Let's take the tour and send it down to Jenny.
Well, Don, throughout this anniversary year here at Fenway, I'll be giving fans a behind-the-scenes look at some very special displays that celebrate what makes this national landmark so special. We figured we would start at the top. That is the 5th level behind home plate, just outside the door of the press box, and it's a new feature gracing the wall just outside the press box. It's displaying some information and history about the voices of Fenway Park. For generations of baseball fans, these personalities have served as the public address announcer and broadcasters who have provided a soundtrack for the game that we all love. And the display honors NESN's very own Jerry Remy and Don Orsillo.
That's very nice.
It is very nice.
Very nice. And notice that the other day coming into the ballpark.
Jenny is working under the weather today, and we thank her very much.
Yesterday and today, voice cracking a little bit. She's fighting off a little bit of a cold.
It's those allergies.
Ah, that's what it is.
That's what it is.
It's the allergies. It's really bad.
Yep, it was bad in Florida for me, but it's worse.
It's worse
here
up
now.
here.
Yeah, everything's blooming. 2 outs in the 5th inning. Punto grounded back to the mound in the 2nd inning. Ball 4, and down to first base goes Punto. First walk given up by Shields. Shields walked only 1 in his 8-inning effort at Detroit last time out. As he walks Punto here with 2 outs in the 5th inning, and takes us to Jared Saltalamacchia, grounded out to first base in the 3rd inning. It's time out for the answer to today's AT&T trivia question. Besides James Shields, who are the only 2 pitchers in Tampa Bay history with multiple complete games in a season. And the answer is Matt Garza and Rolando Araujo. Both pitchers had more than 1 twice in their Tampa career. Garza had 3 in both 2008, 2010. Araujo 2 in 98 and 99. Shields had 11 complete games last year, more than double the previous team record of 5, set by Joe Kennedy in 2002. Shields up to 63 pitches today with 2 outs in the 5th inning. And a check on Punto at first.
Yeah, with 2 outs, the possibility of a steal. That's why Punto getting so much attention over there at first base.
Gets jammed and pops it up into left field. Matt Joyce makes the catch. It ends the 5th inning. We are through 5. They score from Fenway. visits Manchester United. Follow the league's action at NESN.com/soccer.
No score here at Fenway Park as we go to the top of the 6th inning. The Amica Pitch Zone is brought to you by Amica Insurance. Amica Insurance, it's not just how you're covered, it's how you're treated. We'll take a look at 3 at Bard. Strikeouts in the 3rd inning. Rodriguez on a slider. Pena on a slider. Longoria on a slider.
Daniel Bard ready for the 6th inning. It is 4, 5, and 6 for Tampa Bay. Luke Scott, Ben Zobrist, and Matt Joyce. Scott grounded out in the 2nd and in the 4th. Once to short, once to first base. Two hits for the Rays. Infield hit for Matt Joyce in the 4th inning. A double for Desmond Jennings in the 5th. Swing and a miss, 1 and 2.
Good change up there by Bard. He had a changeup get away from him on the previous pitch, but this time he gets it exactly where he wants it, down and away from Luke Scott.
Surrounds the plate, misses outside, 2 and 2. Luke Scott, who homered each of the last 2 games he played here in this series at Fenway. 3-run shot off Clay Buchholz, and a home run off Felix Dubron, a solo shot. Now bloops one to shallow center. Deep was Ross, and that'll fall in for a base hit. It's a single for Scott to begin things in the 6th inning as we check in with Tom Caron for a game break. TC. Okay, Tom, thanks very much. Back here inside Fenway Park as the Red Sox and Rays are scoreless. Nobody out in the 6th inning. Luke Scott at first base. And a ground ball foul down into the camera well beyond the Red Sox dugout. It is packed today. Be part of the action. Get your sports news, statistics, and insight on your favorite hometown teams on boston.com/sports. Swing and a miss. Had him baffled that time. It's 0-2.
Once again, the slider from Bard. It's been a very good one for him all afternoon, with the exception of one that he hung to Jennings on an 0-2 count.
Swing and a miss. He strikes out Zobrist. It's strikeout number 6 for Bard. 1 down.
Now, first time he's got Zobrist today. Hit him with a pitch back in the 2nd, a walk in the 4th, and now the breaking ball again to pick up the strikeout for Bard. If I got this time correctly, TC should be coming back in the booth within about 4 or 5 minutes after that hit out on Yawkey Way.
You got to figure. Got to get across Yawkey Way, into the building, to the elevator, to the 5th floor, down the hall.
Right, back in our door.
Up and away, ball one.
Helicopter has not really been in use a lot early in the season because they've been doing a lot of the shows right from Yorkie Way.
I think he's coming in any second. This is good TV. Wait, here he comes.
Maybe he got delayed in the street.
1-0 on the ground. This could be two. The second for one. On to first. It is two. Bard has it going on today. He is through 6. No score from Fenway. Scoreless as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning.
Now James Shields, Daniel Bodden, a real good pitching matchup today. Shields with the 3 strikeouts on the day. Gonzalez on a changeup. It was a fastball to Youkilis and a fastball on the inside corner to Cody Ross for his 3 strikeouts in this game. Both guys right on target this afternoon.
It'll be Darnell McDonald, Mike Youkilis, Dustin Pedroia as we take a look at Shields' line through the first 5. He's only given up 2 hits. 2 teams have combined for only 5 hits in the game. Here is pitch number 65. And it's in there for strike 1. The hits for the Red Sox, Cody Ross, an infield hit. A single for Adrian Gonzalez. This count evens at 1-1. Chopper to third. Longoria. 1 down here in the bottom of the 6th inning. It's time now for Ask Jerry. Question is, what is your favorite breakfast?
Well, I don't usually eat breakfast. I like coffee in the morning, but when I do, I like to have a late breakfast, like around 11 o'clock, and I like a couple of eggs over easy, bacon, sausage, hash browns, toast, but I don't do that very often. Most of the time when that happens, I'm on the road.
So when you eat at 11 o'clock and room service comes, you do a breakfast, or is that more of a lunch?
I generally do a breakfast if I'm on the road, yeah, but not very often. Mostly it's just coffee, and then I'll have a light lunch. And then, of course, we eat at the ballpark most of the time. Unless we have a lot of days off, like the last trip, and we would spend some call kind of money eating dinner.
Yes.
I mean, it was expensive.
Same restaurant every night.
Yes.
In Detroit for 5 nights.
Nothing like getting up, having a cup of coffee, and reading the papers. I still like to read the papers.
You don't go online.
I do go online.
Physically get the paper.
I physically get both Boston papers. I like to go through them, and then I will go online after to pick up some other stuff.
2-1 is line and caught. And at second base, Keppinger to the outfield grass to get there, and there's 2 down in the inning. Well, for every Red Sox game that goes into extra innings or the Red Sox earn a save, CVS Pharmacy will make a donation to Boston Children's Hospital towards their $25,000 donation this season. We got rapid fire for you now, Jerry. Here's another one. Watching from the UK, how can you tell a breaking ball from a fastball as it is pitched? Mike wants to know.
You pick it up very quickly out of the pitcher's hand, and you can tell the rotation very shortly after it leaves the pitcher's hand. That's very tough to do when you're 60 feet 6 inches away from that pitcher, but it can be done. And you see the rotation on the baseball. Sometimes the angle, too, the hand angle of the pitcher is a little bit different between the fastball and the breaking ball.
Lined into left field for Dustin Pedroia, 2-out base hit. Very often hear from guys who are talking about the slider, about the dot that you see on a slider.
I never did see that dot.
You never see the dot?
I never did see it. Wade Boggs swear that you can see the dot. We've heard that from a number of players. Here's a breaking ball right here that's picked up very nicely by Dustin Pedroia, who shoots it in the left field for the base hit. A breaking ball that stayed inside. And of course, in my job up here, the way I pick it up is I watch the pitch on the monitor, and then I go to the field. So I watch just the pitch on the monitor, then go to the field. But as a hitter, it's a little bit more difficult than having a monitor, that's for sure.
Would have been great to have the monitor in the box with you.
Yeah.
Adrian Gonzalez struck out in the first inning, singled in the fourth. He is 1 for 2. I see this segment becoming wildly popular.
Well, if I keep giving decent answers, it could be. If I, flub them up and get myself in trouble, it'll quickly end, which is always a possibility.
Well, on the ground at first base, Pena will step back and tag the bag, and that'll wrap up the 6th inning. And it is scoreless still from Fenway Park through 6 innings. Top half of the 7th inning, no score from Fenway Park. Bottom third of the Rays order featured here in the 7th inning. As Jeff Keppinger leads it off for Tampa Bay. Keppinger walk in the second, grounded into a double play in the 4th inning. 1 of 2 twin killings turned by the Red Sox infield today. High chopper to third, Punto for the first out of the 7th inning. For a delicious cup of coffee at the office, try WB Mason's coffee service featuring the Keurig coffee system with Green Mountain Coffee. One out in the 7th inning. Jose Molina, the battery, lined out to right, grounded out to third base, 0 for 2. Next half, we mentioned the Boston Patriots returning to Fenway Park. In case you missed it, part of a pregame ceremony here at Fenway. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2.
Boy, isn't this a nicely pitched game between Shields and Bard? I mean, Bard again going to the breaking ball, getting the swing and miss from Molina.
That is in there for strike 3. Molina doesn't like it at all. Takes with him the 7th strikeout for Bard, and there's 2 down.
I don't think Molina has much to complain about on that particular pitch right there. I mean, it looked like it had a lot of the plate and certainly high enough. It was supposed to be outside. It stayed inside, and I mean, that's a pretty good strike right there. I think Molina might have been fooled more than anything else.
2 down in the 7th inning for Sean Rodriguez. You know, the whole concept of Bard becoming a starter and kind of wrapping your arms around it, and during spring training it didn't go well here to begin the year. You still kind of wondered. Today is the first time that he really looks like a starting pitcher and is comfortable in this role.
He's had a nice pace to it all afternoon long. He's had confidence in all of his pitches. Beautiful outing by Bard.
It's high, and it is 3-0 now to the number 9 man, Sean Rodriguez, who was struck out and grounded out. We will keep it right here at the end of this half inning, as there is strike 1 for God Bless America. Patriots Day in Massachusetts and in Boston. Did he go? They check. Yes, he did. So Rodriguez gets the bad news from Tony Randazzo. Thought he held up and had ball 4, but not so fast.
Didn't want to go back. Ooh, I think he may have held up on that. Red Sox may have got a break. You agree, Don?
I agree.
Wow, you agree with me on a check swing?
Totally agree.
Because you usually think they go on every single swing.
3-2 pitch. In the dirt, not close, and down to first base goes Sean Rodriguez. So he does eventually walk. It's the 5th walk given up by Bard. Well, tonight, following Bruins coverage, joined Randy Scott for Nesson Daily, presented by Sun Life Financial. Of highlights and reaction from the Bruins Capitals Game 3 showdown in the nation's capital, as the Bruins look to take a 2-1 series lead over the Caps. Plus, Darren McIntosh will have complete wrap-up of the marathon from the finish line. All this and much more on Nesson Daily tonight at 10, only on Nesson. 2 outs in the 7th. Sean Rodriguez at first base. Desmond Jennings takes ball 1. Jennings struck out in the 1st. He walked in the 3rd and then doubled in the 5th. McClure to the phone and stirring in the pen for the first time today. As Bard about to reach the 100 pitch mark of his outing. There were 2 outs in the 7th inning. We'll check out his pitching line. Brought to you by Ace Ticket. Just the 3 hits. He has walked 5, struck out 7. Strike over the outside corner.
Looks like Rodriguez at first base really wanted to go as we look at the action in the bullpen. Albers and Thomas. Right and left-handed action.
Bobby Valentine was asked today about Albers, who has not seen very much time at all coming out of the pen, and he said that he really wanted to get him into a game very soon, and that day may be today. Two and one now to Desmond Jennings. Ask Jennings, any chance we see the pizza throwing incident? It's 5-year anniversary, right?
I'm sure the truck could dig that up.
It is the 5-year anniversary. We can confirm that. Remember, we were playing the Angels. I believe it was Garrett Anderson.
Not as nice a day as it is today.
No.
I'm sure they're scrambling around in the truck right now to try to find that.
After the break, we will have it. In the beginning, we were not initially sure what was happening, but it became very clear very fast.
Well, we caught the culprit. We caught the culprit. That was the key.
Runner goes, and a pop-up. Foul ground. Saltalamacchia coming back. We will not have a play. Once we did a little investigative reporting of our own.
Right.
We got to the bottom of it.
That's why a new partnership with WBZ could come in handy too, because we could investigate things right here at the ballpark, just as we did the pizza incident.
Because we're all together now.
We're all reporters. So. And Bobby will usually give us something to work with.
Two outs. Rodriguez at first base. Deuces are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. To center. Ross coming in, but that'll fall in for a hit. Little bobble and a throw to second base, but back to the bag is Rodriguez safely. Desmond Jennings has his second hit of the day.
He has been on base 3 times, a walk and a stolen base in the third, a double on an 0-2 pitch in the 5th. And now the single to center field. Drops in front of Cody Ross. Ross goes to second base with the throw, but Rodriguez back in time.
Carlos Pena coming up. He is lined out to first, struck out, and walked today, his 4th plate appearance against Bard. Rays have left 5 men on base through the first 6. Rodriguez at second, Jennings at first, 2 down. Down and in, and it's 1-0 now to Pena.
104 pitches now for Bard on the day.
Two and 0. I want to remind you this copyright telecast is presented by authority of the Boston Red Sox, may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent of the Boston Red Sox. 3-0, falling behind Pena here.
Yeah, the last 3 pitches, too, looks a little bit like Bard is starting to fatigue a little bit. He's up over that 100-pitch mark.
Evan Longoria on deck.
Pena may have a green light here on the 3-0 count. Has the ability to put 3 quick ones on the board.
Takes ball 4, and this will load the bases. That is the 6th walk given up today by Bard. And we'll see if they let him face Longoria, who is making his way up here. Discussion going on right now, and at the very least, the pitching coach, Bob McClure, will come out and talk it over. But he has not made the pitching changes this season. Coming up immediately following the game today, stay with us for WB Mason's Red Sox Extra Innings Live with TC, Peter, and Jenny. Get a breakdown of Daniel Bard's Fenway debut as a starter, his post-game comments from the interview room. Let's get Bobby Valentine's thoughts on this series finale against the Rays. We'll check in on his live press conference. It's all coming up after the game, and it's live from Yawkey Way, and it's only on NESN. So Bard stays in with the bases loaded and 2 outs to face Evan Longoria. He has handled quite nicely today. Longoria has flied out to center and struck out twice. Ball 1 away. Two and 0, and Bard clearly a different guy here after getting up over the 100-pitch mark.
As I mentioned, it looks like he's starting to fatigue. I mean, the last couple of pitches have not exactly been, crisp fastballs from Bard. These are a couple of strikeouts he's had against Longoria today, but falling behind him here in a big situation, 2-0.
Not close, 3-0. Luke Scott on deck. Bard got 2 quick outs to begin this inning, but a walk for Rodriguez, single for Jennings, a walk for Pena. 3-0 to Longoria. Ball 4, and that will bring in a run. Tough way for Bard's outing to end. But it comes to an end as the Rays take a 1-0 lead. He walks in a run with his 7th walk of the day. On a day that he was so good until this point and runs out of gas. It's 1-0 Tampa Bay. Eastern Bank. At Eastern Bank, we're made of free checking that's got nothing to hide, which means no fees or any other types of curveballs. Check out what else we're made of at easternbank.com. 7th inning, Daniel Bard's day is over after 6 2/3 innings. He's responsible for all the men on. Bases are loaded for the Rays. This call to the bullpen is brought to you by New England Ford dealers. Into the game is Justin Thomas, who yielded a run, allowed both inherited runners to score Wednesday in Toronto. 6.75 ERA, his 3rd appearance. Opponent sitting at 400 against Justin Thomas as he deals with Luke Scott with the bases loaded. There is strike 1 to Luke Scott. 1-for-3 today. Singled his last time up. Outfield straight away. Scott thought about it and was able to hold up as they check. Gorman said he did not offer, and it's a ball and a strike to Scott. 16 of 21 first pitch strikes in the first 5 innings. 3 to the last 9 batters in the last 2. And an uncharted waters really for him going pitch count wise. Ends up walking 7 batters and striking out 7 batters in his 6 2/3. Fouled off, and Thomas ahead 1-2. 20-minute wait so far for Shields, who's got a lead for the first time today. Reminder that we will keep it right here at Fenway Park at the end of the half inning for God Bless America. Scott stays alive. Justin Thomas, 20 career major league relief appearances coming into the year, previously with Seattle and Pittsburgh. Spent all of last year at AAA Indianapolis. Outside and able to grab it as Saltalamacchia at even the count now at 2-2.
Thomas trying to put him away with a slider down and away, and Saltalamacchia sliding to his left to block that and keep a run at third base.
All the men on, the responsibility of Daniel Bard, who looks on with 2 outs here in the 7th inning. Ball 3, full count. Everybody will be moving. Jennings at third, Pena at second, Longoria at first with 2 outs and a full count. Everybody in motion. Scott sends it to right. Sweeney coming in. He will get there to make the catch to end the inning. Thomas out of the jam. The Rays do get a run and take a 1-0 advantage here at Fenway as they break through with the game's first run in the 7th inning. And we'll keep it right here at Fenway Park on this Patriots Day. And Thomas able to get out of the jam.
Yeah, got a fastball inside and kind of tied up Luke Scott right there for that fly ball to right field. And Bard likes the end result.
Well, God bless America from Fenway Park on this Patriots Day.
Army National Guard for more than 26 years. Here to sing God Bless America, Major Jerome Scott Loring.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans wide with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Fenway Park home. And since it's Patriots Day, some of the men who played football on this field were invited back for opening ceremony. The American Football League's Boston Patriots played their home games at this ballpark from 1963 to 1968. They etched their names in the rich Fenway athletic tradition that goes beyond baseball. And Patriots legend, all-time points leader in the American Football League history, and current radio broadcaster for the Patriots, Gino Cappelletti, threw out the ceremonial first pitch. Don?
Thank you to all the Patriot alumni for joining us today.
Follow the Red Sox with the MLB.com At-Bat 12 app for your iPhone, iPad, Android, and Windows Mobile. Get live audio, pitch tracking, video highlights, and more. Text At-Bat to 31826 or visit RedSox.com for details. Making their way through Kenmore Square, the Boston Marathon. They're on Marathon Monday.
Well, Justin Thomas getting that fastball a little bit in on Luke Scott and gets that fly ball to right field. As he got out of a bases-loaded jam. And Daniel Bard leaves this ball game down 1-0 in the bottom of the 7th.
David Ortiz leads it off in the bottom of the 7th inning after the first pitch. Pops it up. Longoria, only infielder on the left side, battles the sun but makes the catch for the first out of the 7th inning. Some changes defensively. Reed Brignac is in the game at shortstop for the Rays. And moving from short to second base is Sean Rodriguez. "28-minute wait for James Shields, but on one pitch he has one out in the 7th inning as he prepares to deal with Cody Ross. Ross singled in the 2nd, struck out looking in the 5th, 1 for 2. Fights that off foul in on the hands. 0-2. After this batter, we will revisit the 5th anniversary of the Pizza Throw Day. Oh, 2. Look out. Bat goes flying, but will land harmlessly down towards Bill Titus land.
Bill Titus and Jenny Dell down there and Marky Mark. They all survived.
Everybody's okay. '80th pitch for Shields. And it's tapped foul. Still 0-2. Only the 3 hits today for the Red Sox. Single for Ross, single for Adrian Gonzalez, and a single for Dustin Pedroia. Red Sox got Ross to 3rd in the 2nd inning, but couldn't bring him in. Now he fouls off another. On deck, Ryan Sweeney. Boston batting in the bottom of the 7th inning. Just a 1-run game. Shields in his first 2 starts, 5 innings against New York, and then last time out 8 innings at Detroit against the Tigers. Ross is swinging a foul, still 0-2. Shields last year making his first All-Star team. 11 complete games last year. He almost got to 250 innings for the year. 249 1/3. Finished 3rd in the Cy Young Award voting last year. So he backs off and Ross backs out. Ball 1, 1-2. So the franchise leader, all-time leader, wins, innings pitched, starts, strikeouts, and the innings pitched last year, a career high. Ross thought about it, but he takes ball 2, 2-2. Red Sox Nation, if you need medical care at Fenway Park, visit the Beth Israel Deaconess First Aid Stand behind Section 12. Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center, the official hospital of the Boston Red Sox. Visit them at bidmc.org. 9th pitch of the at-bat coming to Cody Ross. And another foul ball.
Change up that time from Shields that Cody Ross fouls off. So long at bat here for Ross. We'll see what it turns into. Look at that changeup. Almost turned it over like a screwball.
Red Sox would very much like to get into that Rays pen. Pen has not been good for Tampa Bay. Line into left field. A pretty good at bat for Cody Ross. His 10th pitch, he gets a base hit with 1 out in the 7th inning.
Now back to the fastball from Shields. They wanted to go inside. The ball stays out over the plate, and Cody Ross, on the 10th pitch of that at bat, picks up the base hit. So a good long at bat with a good result.
One out, Ross at first, and Ryan Sweeney coming up. 0 for 2 in the game. He grounded out to short in the 2nd. Bounced out to 2nd in the 5th. Down and in. Molina bluffing as if he was going to throw to first. Ross back to the bag. Our flashback to the pizza throwing incident. It was Garrett Anderson headed over. First, we just saw all the liquid that was thrown around, but then the pizza right off the shoulder. At first, we thought it was a mistake, but then after investigative reporting, we found that because this was the worst of it in the beginning, was just all the.
Yeah, and here comes the pizza. It's just all over the guy's shoulder, his ear,
his face.
And then what impressed me is the pizza landed on top of the, and it still looked very good.
Right on the railing. Still looked very edible.
Yeah.
Despite the fact it was missing a lot of its contents, it was still in really good shape.
That's how good they make the pizza here. I mean, you can still lose some of it.
And today the pizza thrower, the guy that did it.
And if that's the case, good for him.
Yes.
Running in the marathon. Maybe he's throwing pizzas at the crowd.
1-1 is low and inside, 2-1. Jeff, given the chance, would you throw a pizza at Don?
No, absolutely not. Because he'd catch it and it'd be right in his mouth within 2 seconds.
90th pitch of the day for Shields.
And you like your pizza, too.
Oh, I like pizza. I could eat pizza every day.
You almost do.
Sometimes I do.
Here at home, you always come in with a nice dinner, and then you have that nice slice of pizza right there waiting for you. It's almost like dessert for you.
Right. It's kind of a side dish. Some people have vegetables. I have pizza. And it's always available here. That's why
I
have it. 2-1 opposite field. It is twisting down the line, and it is a foul ball. Not much foul ground, but he found it down that left field line in the corner.
I could tell by the way that ball sliced off the bat that it was probably going to go into foul territory down in that corner, and it does. Down in the area where the pizza was thrown 5 years ago.
Two balls, two strikes to Ryan Sweeney with 1 out and 1 on. Red Sox trying to answer a Rays run in the top half of this inning. Fouled off down the left field line, out of play. We never did see who threw the pizza. We saw the victim.
We saw the back of the guy.
We never did get a good look at.
We saw the back because we saw the arm coming forward. It's going to be down the Blue Patriots right there.
Oh, yes.
There it is.
I don't think I ever saw that.
And I wonder what caused him to do that. What made him upset?
I'm sure he's gone through some sort of anger management program since then, and now he's running marathons, as it turns out. He's turned his life around. 2-2 is outside, 3-2.
What you think about it? You just bought that. And
it cost money.
It costs money, and all of a sudden, with no apparent reason,
look at that.
Whack.
Oh, and he's happy about it afterwards. Look, I got him. I got him.
Yeah. How's that, honey? Proud of me?
Runner goes, pitches low. The throw is a good one, and out at second base is Ross. Molina guns him down. Turns out to be a strike him out, throw him out, double play, and it ends the 7th inning with the Rays on top 1-0. this pitcher's duel this afternoon. Ryan Sweeney out in right field making this diving catch for the Red Sox early in the game. It has been all about the pitching today. James Shields, who has gone the first 7 innings, has been very solid, holding the Red Sox to 4 hits and so far no runs. Bard, until the end, was very good today. He kind of ran out of gas in his final inning, the 7th inning, throwing 111 pitches. He walked 7, but he strikes out 7, and is charged with the only run that is in this game as we head now to the 8th inning at Fenway Park. Cody Ross has had a good day today with 2 hits.
Well, the strike him out, throw him out. First, the strikeout here to Sweeney on a fastball down and in, and a nice play by Brignac out there in the middle infield as he catches it way off target and swings around and gets Ross before he gets to the second base bag. Cody Ross frustrated with being thrown out at second base. Frustrating afternoon for the Red Sox offense.
One is on to the 8th. And Ben Zobrist leading it off. He's been hit by a pitch, walked, and struck out. Roll down the third baseline. Punto is going to let it roll, and it's going to hit the bag. It's a base hit. Only chance he had, no chance of picking that ball up and throwing out Zobrist, so he let it roll.
If he picks the ball up barehanded, he's got no play at first base on Zobrist anyway, so might as well let it go foul or hope that it goes foul. It's rolling, but right on the white line picks up the bag. Now we'll see here if Joyce is sacrificing with the man at first base. 1-run ball game, 8th inning. Lefty against lefty.
Take strike 1. More action in the Red Sox pen. Matt Albers had been up earlier alongside Justin Thomas. Thomas coming into the game. Albers is ready should he be called upon. Joyce not scoring again as he fouls it off, and it's 0-2. Inside, straightens him up, and it's 1-2. Throw to first, and Zobrist back to the bag. Broken bat, little looper. Youkilis will try to fake the umpires into believing that he dropped it. It's only going to be 1 out. And it was a nice try, but not buying it.
It doesn't hurt to try.
Yes.
But they're not going to pull that one off on the umpires, that's for sure. As Youkilis gets glove, then drops it. And of course, at that point right there, the batter is out.
Do they practice that in spring training at all?
I don't think so.
No, it's not part of the deal.
No.
PFP and everything else they do.
No.
How to fake dropping a ball.
I don't think so. No, I've never had that done. You know, maybe they did this spring, but I didn't.
1 out, 1 on, and it's Reed Brignac who bats for the first time. He took over at shortstop. And the first time we've seen Brignac since the game in which ended up on top of Jacoby Ellsbury's shoulder in the collision at second base. Subluxation of the shoulder for Ellsbury, and on the DL, and runner goes. Brignac fouls it off to the left.
Matter of fact, in spring training, what I used to work on most is trying to catch the ball. You know,
not try to drop the ball.
Not try to drop the ball. It was easy enough to drop the baseball.
The art of catching it.
The art of catching the baseball.
Because if you got really good at not catching the baseball, you probably wouldn't have lasted.
You're not going to be around very long.
Infield hit for Ben Zobrist to start the inning. Joyce pops out, 1 out, 1 on. As Thomas falls behind 2-1. Let's take a look at what's coming up in the road ahead. There goes the runner, a swing and a miss. Throw down is in time. They got him. Zobrist is caught trying to steal. Youkilis slaps the tag on.
Excellent throw there by Saltalamacchia, right over the top. Throws a straight fastball to second base to get Ben Zobrist. That ball leading Youkilis right into the base runner. So Saltalamacchia throws out his first base runner, attempting to steal against him this season.
Now Brignac with a swing and a miss. They got to throw him out, and do, as the Red Sox will be coming up in the last half of the 8th, trailing 1-0. On Nesson during the 2012 season. Hess and Hess Express will donate $500 to the pediatric trauma program at Children's Hospital Boston, for every Red Sox home run. Hess and Hess Express committed to helping the cause. James Shields back on the mound, 93 pitches deep into his outing. Nick Punto, Jared Saltalamacchia, and Darnell McDonald are expected in the inning. There is action behind him. Bert Badenhop, who we saw in the first 2 games of the series, is warming up for the Rays.
Well, James Shields, who has had some tough outings here at Fenway Park, that has not been the case this afternoon here. He has been right on his game.
We talked about it off the top. Just 1-9 in his career lifetime at Fenway Park, with a 6.75 earned run average. At 54 2/3 innings, 41 earned runs. But none today, as he grooves in strike number 1 to Nick Punto. That's a strike over the outside corner. And it's 0-2.
That was a changeup that time from Shields. Punto thought that ball was up and away.
Punto is grounded back to Shields on the mound and walked today. Saltalamacchia, then Darnell McDonald. Punto strikes out for the first out of the 8th inning. It's the 5th strikeout for James Shields as we check in with Jenny Dell.
Well, Don, in the mid-1960s, the Boston Red Sox weren't the only team to call Fenway Park home. And since it's Patriots Day, some of the men who played football on this field were invited back for opening ceremony. The American Football League's Boston Patriots played their home games at this ballpark from 1963 to 1968. They etched their names in the rich Fenway athletic tradition that goes beyond baseball. And Patriots legend, all-time points leader in the American Football League history, and current radio broadcaster for the Patriots, Gino Cappelletti, threw out the ceremonial first pitch. Don?
All right, thanks very much, Jenny. Great to see Gino Cappelletti here at the ballpark today.
He's been at it a long time on radio, hasn't he?
Yes, he has. Great tandem of Gil Santos and Gino Cappelletti, and here is the pitch for Gino. It's fouled off to the left, and it's 1-2. Alfredo Aceves, Red Sox closer, warming in the pen. Saltalamacchia today is grounded out to first, flied out to left, 0 for 2. Shields does have 2 complete games against the Red Sox, neither appearing here at Fenway Park, both at Tropicana Field in St. Petersburg. It's just now up over 100 pitches with 1 out in the 8th. Two pitch. On the ground into the shift. It's Sean Rodriguez who throws out Saltalamacchia. And there's 2 outs in the 8th inning. As promised, here is the road ahead. Brought to you by Safeco Insurance. Tomorrow, the Red Sox welcome the AL champion Texas Rangers to town. Texas off to 8-2 start so far this season with an offense that features Josh Hamilton, who's hitting .390 with 4 homers. Michael Young leads the team with 9 RBIs, while hitting .366, and recently extended Ian Kinsler is tied with Hamilton for the team lead in homers with 4. They are explosive. Nesson's live coverage begins at 6 tomorrow with Red Sox first pitch. Doesn't get any easier, the schedule for the Red Sox, and John Lester will be on the mound matched up against Kobe Lewis in the first game of the series. Grounded to short. Brignac's throw is good and ends the 8th inning. We are through 8 from Fenway. Tampa Bay on top 1-0. 7 FM and here on Nesson for Dennis and Callahan. Tomorrow they'll give you a recap of today's Red Sox game. Break down Game 3 for the Bruins and Caps in that series. All begins tomorrow morning at 6 here on Nesson and on 93.7 FM, the WEEI network. Ninth inning, it is 1-0 Tampa Bay on top of Boston. And a new pitcher for the Red Sox, Matt Albers. Just his second appearance. First appearance was April 7th. A no decision against the Tigers. 2/3 of an inning through just 15 pitches. And as we mentioned earlier, something that Bobby Valentine had mentioned in the pregame, that he very much wanted to get Albers into a game as soon as he could, and gets Albers in here today in the ninth inning. Well, it's a busy day on Nesson after the game. Live from Youkilis, extra innings. Red Sox final, and then Aston Villa against Manchester United, and later on we'll get you ready for the Bruins game, and the game starts at 7:30. After that, wrap your whole day up with Nesson Daily, 10:30 later on tonight. Busy day on this Patriots Day. There was strike one to Jose Molina, who's 0 for 3.
They call that putting a bow on it.
Yes.
Putting a bow on a complete day.
Nesson Daily will provide the bow.
Right.
Back to the mound, Albers to first for out number 1. Shields has the look of a guy who may be coming back out again. There is action at Penn, and from here it looks like it could be the closer, Rodney. It is. He's not alone. Here's Sean Rodriguez as he takes strike 1. Shields is at 105. I would expect him to come back out again. Would you?
I think so, Don. I think there's no urgency down there, it looks like, from Rodney warming up.
His first 2 outings, 104, 105. This marks his 3rd start. There's a swing and a miss. 96 from Albers, and it's 0-2. Just outside, and it's 2-2. Nice job by Justin Thomas, who came in a bases loaded situation with 2 outs and got Luke Scott to fly out to right. Rays leaving 3 men on after they had taken a 1-0 advantage. He goes an inning and a third of relief and gives up 1 hit, had a strikeout. This is to right center, and it'll land on the lawn in shallow right center field. 1 out single for Sean Rodriguez, his first hit of the day.
On base a couple of times from that 9 spot. A walk, now the base hit. Got a fastball inside from Matt Albers and pushes it out into right field for the base hit. Well, we'll see if they have Rodriguez running in this very close ball game.
Don't forget, coming up immediately after the game, stay with us for WB Mason's Red Sox Extra Innings Live. It's all the post-game coverage you'll need. It's right here on Nesson, and it's from Youkilis today. Throw to first, and back is Rodriguez. Desmond Jennings on 3 times today. Walk, a double, and a single. Also a stolen base on the afternoon. Runner goes, swinging a foul up and to our right.
Well, we expected some type of action with that runner at first base in this close ball game. Tough to tell whether that was a straight out steal or possibly a hit and run put on with Jennings.
Dave Willis of the radio network for the Tampa Bay Rays, along with Andy Freed, made a nice grab into the visiting radio booth. One to Jennings. In the air to center field. Back goes Ross, and he'll get back there. Well, he went into a sprint and a back pedal, and he makes the catch shy of the track. 2 down. Well hit.
Yeah, Jennings has really been a tough out in this ball game today. This ball hit very hard, but a nice jump in center field by Cody Ross to pick up the second out of the inning.
You got to like what you've seen from Cody Ross, both offensively and defensively, early in his Red Sox career.
Well, I mentioned a couple of games ago, Don, he reminds me of Trot Nixon a little bit. You know, the way he plays the game, the way he goes about business. It's kind of a dirt dog type of game that he plays. Plenty of experience in center field, of course, in his stops with other ball clubs. And as I mentioned, he's going to like that left field wall here at Fenway very much.
2 down, Sean Rodriguez at first, and here's Carlos Pena. Here's strike 1. And he's lined out to first, struck out, walked the last 2 plate appearances. Both of those were against the Red Sox starter today, Daniel Bard. Red Sox trying to keep this a 1-run deficit at the moment. They have scheduled in the bottom of the 9th inning Mike Youkilis, Dustin Pedroia, Adrian Gonzalez. Anybody gets on, David Ortiz will have a chance. But Albert's trying to keep it right where it is. Outside, 1-1 to Pena. It's 2-1. Further action in the Red Sox pen. Mark Melancon warming in the pen. Initially, it was thought he would be the regular 8th inning man, but that is not how it has worked out lately for the Red Sox, and he's had a couple of tough outings. Pena waiting on a 2-1. First to throw to first and diving back is Rodriguez. Swing and a miss. Which was up. And it's 2-2.
Up with the slider that time for Matt Albers. And that's in a dangerous zone against Carlos Pena, but Pena with no contact.
2 outs. Sean Rodriguez at first, and a count of 2-2 to Carlos Pena. Pena lines it into right field for a base hit. Sean Rodriguez is headed for third. He will get there without a problem. And on for the third time today is Pena. It's first and third all of a sudden with 2 outs for the Rays.
A couple of walks for Pena. Now the base hit here in the 9th inning. First and third situation. Back to the fastball from Albers. And right down the heart of the plate. Ball hooked by the second baseman Dustin Pedroia. So the Rays trying to get some tack-on runs here in the 9th inning.
Two outs, first and third, as Evan Longoria slide out to center, struck out twice and walked today. Chance here to obtain some insurance as he takes strike one from Albers. Three for 13 in his career against Albers. Facing him both with the Red Sox and the Baltimore Orioles. Little number back and handled by Saltalamacchia. Headed back towards the mound, but cut off by Salty, who throws out Longoria and ends the 9th inning. So it's a one-run game. Coming up, it'll be Mike Youkilis, Dustin Pedroia, and Adrian Gonzalez when we come back to Fenway. By Southwest Airlines, Sullivan Tire, and by AT&T. To the bottom of the 9th we go. 1-0 Tampa Bay on top as Matt Albers is able to get out of the jam to end last inning and keep this a one-run deficit. James Shields, who has 2 complete games under his belt against the Red Sox, had 11 complete games last year. This is his line heading into the 9th inning. Equals already the most pitches he has thrown in a season, or this season anyway, 105 last time out. And he starts the 9th inning at that number. Top of the Red Sox order, Mike Youkilis, to lead it off in the 9th. There is strike one to Youkilis. Youkilis has popped out, struck out, lined out today against Shields. That'll bounce 2-1. Youkilis hits it on the ground is short. Brignac's got it. And there's one away here in the 9th inning. Well, tomorrow night, immediately following Red Sox first pitch, join us for Red Sox Game Day Live, presented by Uno's with TC and Jenny at 6:30. John Lester makes his first home start of the season as the Red Sox welcome the Rangers to Fenway for a 2-game set. Lester looks to improve upon his 5-5 record at home last year and continue his career success at Fenway, where he's 36-15 in 72 starts. Live coverage begins at 6:30, and it's only on Nesson. 1 out in the 9th. Dustin Pedroia bats. He singled in the 6th inning. One of only 4 hits compiled today by the Red Sox off James Shields. On the corner, and it's 1-1.
Not so sure about that one. That one looked like it might have been away from Pedroia. Let's take a look at the Amica pit zone. A little bit outside. And had Pedroia shaking his head.
In the air foul. Out ahead of that, and it is 1-2. Away, and it's 2-2 now to Pedroia. Shields, who came into this game 1-0, but in 13 innings had given up 15 hits and 8 runs, has been very good today. He bounces that, and it's 3-2. Pedroia will take the walk, tying run aboard. Second walk given up all day by Shields, and Pedroia is aboard to set the table, and that's going to be it for Shields. Joe Madden will make the change. 1-0 Tampa Bay. Run at first base for the Red Sox in the 9th. James Shields throws 115 pitches. He came back out for the 9th, got the first out, got Youkilis to ground out, but he walks Pedroia, and that's the end of his bid for a complete game here today. As he departs, the closer is in the absence of Kyle Farnsworth. Fernando Rodney, his 6th appearance, 1-0. He has not yet given up a run, and 3 for 3 in save opportunities so far for Fernando Rodney. Been working for the Angels the last couple of years, and then the Tigers before that. As he comes in here and he has crafted 3 2/3 perfect innings in 5 appearances. Tied for 3rd in the American League in saves. Pedroia worked a 1-out walk. Adrian Gonzalez bats. 1 for 3 day for Adrian, who singled back in the 4th inning. Ball 1. 1 for 1 in his career against Fernando Rodney. It was a single and an RBI single at that. David Ortiz on deck here in the bottom of the 9th. Gonzalez rolls it over foul, and it's 1-1. Rodney was a regular closer, and you got to go back to 2009 for the last time. He was 37 out of 38 for the Detroit Tigers. Inside, 2-1, and that fastball exploding at 98, but off the mark. Sent foul off to the left. And it evens at 2-2 to Adrian Gonzalez.
It's unusual. You look at Rodney, you see a lot of times left hand is where their cap a little bit crooked, but Rodney, a right-hander, has the hat a little bit crooked. You don't usually see that. For whatever reason, I have no idea.
Very high, and Molina comes down with it. A late lunge by Molina. That took off at 97.
Well, that is huge, huge there by Molina to be able to make that play. This ball was sailing, this fastball, and he's able to reach up and keep Pedroia out of scoring position.
One out in the 9th. Tying run at first in Pedroia. Pedroia takes off. Gonzalez grounds to first base. Pena will get the out there, but because they started Pedroia, may have stayed out of an game-ending double play. So Pedroia gets to second and into scoring position with 2 down.
And it's an off-speed pitch too. Gonzalez right down to first base. Pedroia off. He'll get into scoring position. So the potential tying run at second base. That's a good pitch by Rodney. The off-speed pitch had Gonzalez off balance.
Jim Hickey is going to join the conversation, one that was started by Carlos Pena and Jose Molina. They get on board here as David Ortiz will be next. David does not have a hit today and is 0 for 3 in the game. For 11 in his career against Rodney. He's got 2 home runs.
And I don't think he's going to get the hit. Looks like they're going to put him on first base. You don't see this very often, walking the winning run. But they're not going to take their chances with Ortiz.
You have Cody Ross on deck. You also have the possibility of Youkilis being available in this game. Of course, the groin was a problem that kept him out of the starting lineup today. But Bob Valentine said he would be available, and right now Youk does not have a bat, so it looks like it'll be Cody Ross.
Yeah, I doubt very much he would hit Youkilis for Cody Ross.
Ross today has had a 2-hit day, 2 for 3. 0 for 1 with a K against Rodney in his career. Down to first goes Big Papi. Yesterday, the home run for Cody Ross. Back-to-back days with home runs. This one clears everything. Pinch runner at first base for David Ortiz, whose day is done. Jason Repko will run at first base. Represents the winning run at first. Ross in his career with 4 career walk-off hits, 2 of them home runs. As he stands in with 2 outs and 2 on. Tying run at second in Pedroia. Ross takes strike 1 over the outside corner. Back to the gas at 97 miles an hour. Youkilis had been 2 for 3 against Rodney in his career. That's outside, 1-1.
So Youkilis in the dugout with the arm movement. He's telling Pedroia at second base to get himself a bigger lead. They're way back. They're playing behind you.
Just outside, 1-2-1. Rodney trying to grab that corner again.
Trying to stay away from Ross. All 3 pitches to the outside part of the plate.
That's a strike, and it's 2-2.
Wow. Been a couple of very close pitches that have gone Rodney's way in this at bat. It's a 2-2 count, and according to Amica, he hasn't thrown a strike yet.
Pedroia at second, Repko at first, 2 outs in the 9th. There is strike 3, and the ball game is over. Cody Ross fires down the helmet, and we'll get into it with Larry Vanover. And you can understand his displeasure. It just kept going further outside. It ends the game as the Rays salvage the final game of the series and take this one 1-0. We'll get a look at where this last pitch was.
I don't think any pitches in that at bat were strikes to Cody Ross. We'll take a look at the last pitch. That's going to be outside.
Wow.
And 3 of them were called strikes. And you can understand the disappointment for Cody Ross as he slams the helmet down.
Well, Jerry, today, looking back at today, Bard was pretty good until it appeared he got a little bit tired in the end.
He was. The only negative today were the walks. He had a bundle of walks, but he pitched very well, looked much more comfortable than he did in his first outing. I thought he got a little bit tired toward the end of the ball game, but you know, all in all, a strong outing. They just ran into a very, very tough James Shields. He pitched one of his better games that he's ever pitched here at Fenway Park.
So the final score again is 1-0. The Rays beat the Red Sox. For Jerry Remy and Jenny Dell, I'm Don Orsillo saying good afternoon from Fenway Park. Join us again tomorrow night. Red Sox open up a 2-game series with the defending American League champion, the Texas Rangers. Live coverage begins at 6 o'clock. It's been a presentation of NESN, New England's most watched sports network. It's time now for Tom Caron on Yawkey Way. TC?